I think here's our first look to see how well Martina's bunting her returns.
Gretchen Magers in her opening service game of this final. I think it's very important that Magers executes well on the first serve. It's a lot of first serves in, otherwise you'll find Navratilova chipping and charging, taking advantage, putting the pressure on her opponent. Love 15.
She's only been winning 48% on her second serves this week, Fred. Martina hasn't been much better. She's just barely over 50%. So first serves are key to both these players.
That's the area of the court. If you can direct the shot down anywhere near the line there, it will hold in the court because the wind is blowing across that way.
Now, this is, on this court especially, Gretchen's a righty, Martina's a lefty. On that side of the court with the wind blowing away from Martina, Gretchen should be slicing every one of these serves to the deuce court wide. Let the wind play with it.
And also even to the ad court down the tee there to make Martina stretch out for the backhand rather than the opportunity for the forehand down the line to bring it in, to hook it in all the time. Firm volley. Well played.
15-30.
15-30. That's where she was endeavouring to make the move down the tee there on the first serve. Beautiful seaside resort this, and when the weather is fine, it's fabulous. But look at those windy conditions. The flags there is really blowing around. Very gusty as well. A couple of break points. 15-40.
That's the one she should use. That's the one. She'll need more of those. She needs some cheap points against Navratilova. And she's also got to get her way out of this serving trouble. She doesn't want to be behind Martina right away.
Still break point. Well, Martina goes for the big forehand down that side again and set up the volley. So she breaks serve.
2 games to love.
An early break leads at 2 games to love.
Sometimes a break isn't that big of a deal, but I think in this case with Gretchen playing against Martina, she's never been able to play her close. This is the 4th time they're up against it, and I worry a little bit that Gretchen might get a little overwhelmed at this point.
Love 15.
Here's a serve again. We keep bringing up the wind because it is as much a factor, as much an opponent to the players as anyone else today. This is where Martina could take good use of the wind. She's on the ad court, and with her lefty swing, she could pull Gretchen off into the sea.
And for some reason or other, the lefties seem to get a little bit more movement on that ball than the righties. You were a lefty, Mary. I don't know why that happens, but left-handers seem to be able to move the ball with the serve. They seem to be able to swing it a lot wider than the right-handers. 30 love. 15 all, I'm sorry.
Oh, that's nice.
Well, an enthusiastic crowd enjoy this one. Good touch there from Gretchen Magers. She did a fabulous job to get to that one and then sort of put the racket up, hoping that Martina would hit it there, but couldn't get the final shot. 30-15.
Martina said that's unbelievable. I don't think she was talking about Gretchen's shot.
No,
she was talking about the wind moving her ball around so much.
Yeah, you see how the wind is there, and Gretchen using that wind very well. She's playing that slice in against the wind, and that holds the ball up. It doesn't take the ball too far. You're playing against the wind, holds the ball in there. So good tactics there from Magers. 30 all. Just too tough on that drop shot. The return of serve, of course, very short. So Navratilova with a game point now to go to 3 love opening set. Magers misses the return, so Martina Navratilova takes the lead. 3 games to love in this final.
3 games to love.
Magers has never done well against Martina in 3 tries, including one here 3 years ago. She talked about what it's like playing Martina, and especially about that one match she had here.
Well, she's probably humiliated me the worst of any tennis player ever. I think it was here about 3 or 4 years ago, and played her in the 2nd round or 3rd round, I'm not sure. And I walked up there and I was all excited. I was playing Martina and never played her before. And I served first and I aced her on the first point. I was like, I'm going to beat Martina. And that was basically the only point I won that match. She just was a steamroller, and you know, I've played her a few times since then, and I think just getting over the hurdle of playing Martina Navratilova, I think I've definitely gotten over that, and you know, I've played her a lot in doubles, and see she's not as infallible as she appeared to me, you know, 4 or 5 years ago. So.
Well, Gretchen Magers trying to get on the board in this year's final. The match she was discussing was played here in 1987, where Martina beat her 6-1, 6-love. They've played on 3 occasions, last time being last year in the quarterfinals at Wimbledon. Navratilova won that one 6-1, 6-2.
Still, though, that's the most money Gretchen ever won in a tournament. By getting to the quarters of Wimbledon, she won $35,000 in change. She and her husband have been living off of a boat, a 33-footer called Gypsy Lady, for the last couple of years, but now Gretchen and Steve have just bought themselves a house, and she's so happy to have a little mortgage money she's going to go home with after Wimbledon. Her first double, and boy, was that a big one.
Love 30. It's easily to be intimidated by Navratilova, though, particularly if she gets off to a good start. Again, a perfectly played point from Navratilova. Second serve, did what we expected. Chipped down the line, using the wind to keep the ball in, to drag the ball in. Playing the wind very well at the moment, and another 3 break points to go to 4-love.
$15-40.
15-40. Well, Martina breaks serve again and extends that lead out to 4 games to love. See the prize money that's available for the ladies here at the Pilkington Glass. The winner takes home $70,000, the runner-up $28,000. Along with that, of course, go the points. It's 300 points, I believe, to win, and 210 for the runner-up.
Points-wise, that puts Martina right at the very top of the race. Steffi Graf up there. Monica Seles, of course, has earned a lot of points in the last couple of months, too.
Round of 16 to lose here, you get $3,500. So the prize money means a lot to the girls as they climb their way up the ladder to the top.
Monica Seles, by the way, the 3rd seed at Wimbledon next week, has had to take the last couple of days off from her training. She injured her ribs, and she was able to hit forehands, but couldn't hit backhands. Went to a doctor, and he basically told her rest is what she needed for it. And I wonder, Fred, just how that's going to affect her Wimbledon chances. That's bad luck for Monica. Although I understand she was going to practice some today.
Certainly is, because she really strikes the ball very early, and that's a very important part of the repertoire. Just double-handed off both sides, but really hits the ball with a lot of fire. 40-love. Navratilova having a very easy time of it at the moment. She continues to dominate with that serve volley and now runs it out to 5 games to love.
Miss Navratilova leads 5 games to love.
Pilkington Glass Ladies Championship, Martina Navratilova has had some problems with that knee over the past few months, but yesterday had it administered to on centre court during the semi-final. She leads at 5 games to love, first set.
She needed a 5-minute timeout in her match, and the WTA trainer Kathleen Stroya tried to explain to all of us knuckleheads later that she's got patellofemoral tracking syndrome, which is an inflammation of the membranes underneath her patella, her kneecap. There's some damage under there, in fact, and she should, or I think she could have arthroscopic surgery to remove it after Wimbledon. She's got like a little floating cartilage back there, Fred, and it's been flaring up on her in recent months.
She said it's really not hurting her enough to go and have it scoped.
Yeah, but every now and then it kicks in there, it gets stuck in there, and she's got a problem.
Well, Gretchen Magers there anticipating the move down the line on the forehand. It was a very short second serve and allowed Navratilova to stand right in over the top of the ball, and out of the corner of her eye she saw Magers commit and then made the cross-court forehand, so love 30. 2 points away from the first set. A little bit wide on the first serve.
Boy, that's just as we mentioned that before, but that's just a serve Gretchen should be trying all afternoon from that deuce court.
Putting pressure on Magers once more. Navratilova chipping and charging as she has done throughout this match. She hasn't had to hit too many volleys, so now 3 set points.
Game of first set was Navratilova.
Well, an errant volley there from Gretchen Magers, and the #1 seed and defending champion Martina Navratilova cruises to the first set, 6 games to love. And Mary, there's not much Gretchen can do at the moment. She just is not getting enough first serves in, and that swinging left-handed serve from Navratilova certainly is giving her a lot of trouble.
She's serving at under 50%. Martina's up at a nice healthy 65, Fred. She's playing her best match of the week right now. She's also had more than 3 times the winners as Gretchen. 10 to her 3.
love.
And poor Gretchen, I feel really badly for her.
Yeah, well, you said yesterday that she may be intimidated even at the start of this match. If Martina got off early, then Gretchen would start to worry about it. She appears to have done that and is all at sea at the moment. 15 love. There's that wide breaking serve. There takes Magers way outside the doubles alley even, but it was wide.
Oh, that was a beauty. First winner in a long time off of Gretchen's frame, and in fact, she did frame this a little bit. I think she kind of mangled this a little bit. It was sort of an off-hit winner. She needs them.
Needs any help she can get right at the moment. 15 all.
Oh, that's a beauty.
Well, Magers then using the wind to her advantage, because the volley was very deep in the corner. She measures this. Look how it hooks in, going out there, and the wind just tracks it back and brings it in like a curveball. 15-30.
Another good one. And that's 2 long-range missiles in a row that were guided just right.
Again, that hitting that one into the breeze once more. So now the opening game of the second set, Magers with 2 break points.
Oh,
She made it right in the corner. So the opening game of the second set goes to Gretchen Magers, and she leads it 1 game to love when we come back. $1,000 and they go down. Martina will add another $70,000 to her lot if she wins this one today.
Time.
Steffi Graf at $575,000. Jana Novotna, who's done very well here at just over $250,000. And Arancha Sanchez Vicario, we haven't heard too much of her this year. $238,000, Mary. Gretchen Magers with that service break. See if she can consolidate it right here. Give herself some confidence in this second set.
She ended that first set serving at 47%, and that has a lot to do with the fact that that first set only took 19 minutes.
And I've just gone to get one of those little deals that supposedly stop the vibration going down through your elbow. Everybody seems to be making one of those now. Club 15.
She had someone after the first game of this match. She had someone race out on the court and hand her a racket. Fred, I think she's not quite happy with her tension in this win yet.
Love 30.
Well, she needs some good first serves and tight volleying here to try and make Martina think a little bit. Try and get on top in this second set. She needs a 2-love lead to give herself a burst.
She
Love
hasn't held
30
yet.
though.
Three breaks in a row in that first set, of course, and 2 points from number 4. In fact, she's only won 3 points.
Only won 3 points on a serve in that first set. That's not very good.
Love 40.
So in her 4 service games up till this stage, she's only won 3 points. And Navratilova really taking advantage of the fact of the serving percentages, as Mary said, way under 47% it was. So that means Martina's getting a look at a lot of second serves. Another deep first serve. Well played return, deep into the backhand corner. So Navratilova breaks back immediately for 1-all. They're the first set stats there.
Not such good numbers for Gretchen Magers. Again, she's serving below 50%. She's only hit 3 winners to Martina's 11. She's made more unforced errors than Martina, and she got broken. And now in set 2, she's done it again.
Yeah, that's pretty tough to come back from that when you're serving so badly and you realize you've got to try and get first serves in, just really to try and stay on the board at this stage.
Grass is the very best surface for serving. And if you can't hold, that means you're just not going to be able to stay with your opponent. Oh!
Took the chalk.
15-all.
Great athleticism there from Navratilova, because that was just about what we term a dead-let court. It hits the top of the tape and just drops over.
You get a
Very
nice
tough to pick him up.
Yeah, and she got rewarded with a nice big puff of smoke on this shot.
There you go. You saw the chalk come up. 15-all.
The fans here, and they're incredible fans of Martina because she supported this event for so long and she's played so well here. But you can hear them groaning, these collective groans for Gretchen. I mean, they'd love to see more match.
Well, these folks have been very supportive of the tournament, and they're out here on a daily basis, and they've seen Gretchen Magers play some tremendous tennis throughout the week. She has played exceptionally well and deserves a spot in the final, but today, as she said herself, a little intimidated by Navratilova.
40-50.
$40-15. Oh boy, that one sort of wrapped around the frame. So Navratilova with another big serve leads it 2-1 in the second set, and 1 set to love. Glass Ladies Championships. That's the top half of the ladies' draw. You can see how Martina Navratilova worked her way through to her appointed place in the final. She was the #1 seed here. Got through against Smith, and then Zerova in a tiebreaker. Zerova had a couple of set points in that one, lost it, and then against Jana Novotná. The bottom half, Gretchen Magers has worked hard to get through there, although she, against Mary Jo Fernandez in the semi-finals, Mary Jo hurt her knee and retired in that match, and then defeated Laurie McNeil in a tough first set tiebreaker. So she's worked hard to get there, and today, so far, it's been all Martina Navratilova. Gretchen Magers to serve, down 1-2 in the second set.
15 love.
15 love. Boy, that is gusty. She just stopped in the middle of the ball toss there. It's also one thing with Navratilova's experience,
15-0.
Mary, when she plays that shot in this point here, she goes back on the volley down that side of the court, and she's looking for the forehand down the line. She knows that Magers has to use that wind to try and keep it in, and she's just anticipating everything. 15-all. Can't buy a first serve at the moment.
15-30.
That's her second double fault. And after a set and a couple of games, she's still only won 4 points on her serve. There's 5.
That's a better serve, that one. She took a little bit of pace off that, went for a 3/4 pace first serve, and it was deep into the backhand corner, moving away from the left-hander. So 30-all. Oh, fine one there. It hit the chalk and stopped the ball. So that's the only ace so far it's the second ace from Magers in this match, and takes it a game point to try and even things at 2-all in this second set. She lost the first set, 6 games to love. There'll be another injury. That one, really lucky to get that one away. Second serve, 40-30. Well, great use of the wind there from Navratilova. Magers closing in for the volley, and the lob went back. Magers thought she was going to be able to reach it, could not do so, so we're back to deuce.
Advantage, Mrs. Agents.
Well, you can see the difference to her game when she's got 2 first serves in this game, won both points. Goes to game point now.
She's playing these big points right. She hasn't had to play that many important situations, but she was there for that one.
She's been that way the entire week, though, hasn't she? That's been the difference in the tiebreakers with Navratilova. She has played the big points well. Deuce.
And Fred, we spoke about the fact that Martina's serve hasn't been that good for her. She got broken twice in her match against Zvereva, twice in her match against Novotná, 8 times in all this week. But in fact, she had over 40 break point chances against her. So that says a lot about the way she's playing the biggies, too.
And she has another break point right now on Gretchen Magers' serve. And there's a great forehand down the line from Navratilova, anticipating the volley. So that's another break in this second set. And it takes Navratilova's lead now to 3-1 in the second set, having won the first 6 games to love. I'm Fred Stolle, along with Mary Carrillo, bringing you the finals at the Pilkington Glass Ladies Championships here at Eastbourne. Martina just checking. It's very gusty down there. It's conditions, I think, are just as... I think they're worse today than they were yesterday. Yesterday we had a little bit of sunshine. No such luck today. Very cloudy conditions and windy.
Love 15.
Fine overhead there from Magers. Good stretch, so love 15. That one nearly held up in the wind, that lob, but again, just to give you an indication of how the conditions that the players are suffering today, and it's been like that throughout the week. Not quite as cold as today, though. Everybody's rugged up in the stands, their winter coats on.
15-30.
Good low return there from Magers. 15-30.
First service. 15-40.
Third double fault, so Magers has a chance to get back into this match a little bit. At the net, you know, we spoke, both these two want to be aggressive. Martina's been much more successful, as you can see. 78% effectiveness at the net. Magers only 29%, but she's got herself a break. Now, if only she could hold, we could have a real match.
Miss hit forehand gets the break. She's still down 3-2 when we come back. Welcome back to Eastbourne. There's the stat comparison for today's final. You have a look at the serves broken 14 times with Navratilova Magers, and Gretchen is another 5 times today, so that really takes it up in 12 sets. She really has had trouble with the serve.
Her numbers were a lot more encouraging coming into this final, surely, than they've been for her on serve.
But as you said, Martina has been broken a few times, but she's had 42 break points against her and has been able to get out of it. And Gretchen Magers, that's been the big difference today. Magers has not been able to do so.
Love 50.
And as always, when that first serve is missed, you will find that Navratilova is on the attack. A beautiful slice backhand there, down close to the line, makes the incoming volley a stretch wide. Love 15. You really don't have to tee off on returns. If you get that return low and near the lines, as Navratilova has done today, it's a difficult one for the volleyer to handle.
Love 30.
Well, Gretchen will hope for better conditions next week, so that she can get a better first service percentage going into Wimbledon. Mary said the grass court game is pretty much serve and volley, and that's what got Magers through to the quarterfinals at Wimbledon last year. Again, that fine. You can see where Navratilova took that second serve. She was a good 6 feet inside that baseline when she chipped that backhand. And it sets up another 3 break points on the Magers serve. Navratilova only needs one as she threads the needle right into the corner off that forehand return, and now extends that lead to 4 games to 2.
Second set.
She's looking kind of snappy, isn't she?
I think she's got a big chance at Wimbledon, Martina. I really do, because the players that she's worried about are on the other side of the draw.
Oh, she's definitely got the kinder half, hasn't she?
With Graf and Selish and Capriati are all on the same side, and Martina has Novotna on her side of the draw.
Who she beat here yesterday.
So she's got to be your favorite to get through to the final.
15 love.
At least through to the final, and once you're in the final, you should be playing pretty good tennis.
Not only that, Fred, but if she gets to the final, I don't think anybody's too sure who's going to be on that other side. You know, Steffi Graf has been suffering a crisis of confidence. Gabriela Sabatini has just switched coaches. She's got Carlos Kiermaier of Brazil now coaching her. And again, Monica Seles has had that rib problem. We're not quite sure how dangerous a situation that is for her. Again, Martina, some lovely touch at the net.
30 love.
And Steffi Graf has gone for the last couple of years. She used to being the hunter, and not the hunted, but
exactly.
In recent months, boy, Monica Seles has been all over her, and you know, a lot of other players have, I think, are going to be challenging her, and Martina, of course. It'll be a very interesting Wimbledon.
40 love. Well, that broke the drought.
14-15.
She'd lost 7 points in a row, about 10 points in a row up till that stage. Still 40-15. Tried to use the wind there, Magers, but the gusts took a looker up there. So Martina Navratilova, a whole serve, and extends her lead now to 5 games to 2.
And by 1 set to love.
Talked about the prize money available on the Kraft General Foods World Tour. This is the point standings as of last week. Monica Seles there up at the top of the scale by way of winning the French. Steffi Graf there, not too far away. Martina Navratilova with the 300 points here will get over the 2,000 mark. And then on down the line, the Maleva sisters, Mary Jo Fernandez, and a tremendous way of letting these folks know that at the end of the year, they have those bonus points and extra money coming into the pocket. It's Gretchen Magers now serving to try and stay in this ladies' championship.
Oh boy, Fred, she's won 7 points total on serve in this match. And
Yep.
she's got another second serve here. She's won 1 of 17 points on her second serve.
That's incredible. Bad luck. It was a well-played point from both ladies on that occasion. Magers trying to move into the net to take over the aggressive position. Oh, what a marvelous shot.
Love 30.
Love 30, 2 points away from victory. Look at the stretch with Navratilova here. Really at full stretch, that long step over there, and gets the wrist over, flicks the forehand cross court for love 30. I don't believe it.
She just reached up to Billie Jean King, her friend and someone who's helped her so much in the last couple of years. She gave her the fist there after that tremendous winner Billie Jean just arrived in town to see this final, and Martina always plays a level better, I think, when she's around. That's her 24th winner, and a remarkable one. Consider this, she's only had 5 unforced errors this whole match.
3 match points. And an ace for Gretchen Magers, her third,
15-40.
but still looking down the barrel at 2 match points. And there it is. Runs round and attacks yet another second serve. And it's all over. So Martina Navratilova. There's Billie Jean, who arrived today. Craig Carden, Judy Nelson. Craig Carden on the left. Then Judy Nelson on Billie Jean's left. And so Martina Navratilova wins this title for another year. The defending champion coming into this event. And Mary, it was all Martina today.
25 winners in all from Martina. And again, Fred, just 5 unforced errors. That is about as clean a match as you can play on grass. I do feel badly for Gretchen, though. I mean, that had to be very, very disappointing for her because she was showing such good form coming into this final. But look at the way she ended. She ended match point with a flourish, too, didn't she?
That got her to match point. That wasn't the match point shot. That was the one that took it to love 40, and then 15-40.